Welcome to my very first YouTube video. I've never done anything like this before. Welcome here for the first time. Welcome to me for the first time. I've never done this before. This is weird and it's going to take a bit of getting used to. It's a big step. Okay, I'm doing the BookTube Newbie Tag as my first video because I thought it would be a good way to say hi and introduce myself to everyone. And it's been a long time since I really started doing anything new. Started a new adventure, new project, new anything really. In terms of being creative. In terms of it being on a larger scale. I've not really done that before. Okay, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I love stories and I don't have anyone to talk to about the stories that I love. No one around me has the same interests as I do on the same scale, and the specific things that I want to talk about, like the fantasy books that I read. I just don't have anyone around, and I spend a fair amount of time on YouTube watching other people talk about the books that I like, and that really inspired me to be like, oh, these people are talking about things that they're passionate about, the things that I love too. For example, the realm of the Elderlings books. I spent a lot of time watching um, people talking about those, whether it's like individual videos or collaborations that people have done. Talking about stuff, and I was just like, well, I wanna do that. I wanna find people to talk at length to about these stories and these characters and these worlds and the brilliance of Robin Hobb and all of her character developments and world building and then twists and the turns that you see because it's just amazing. I don't have anyone to talk to about things like that with. And the same goes for video games as well. Question 2. um, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to YouTube? Some fun and unique things. Well, first of all, unique. Okay, so I am a queer person. Hi. I'm a gay. I'm a queer, I'm a trans person, and honestly, I don't see and British, I don't there's some British booktubers, but I lack finding somebody like me talking about books on YouTube. And I don't know if that's just because I'm not looking in the right places or what it is, but I can't find that. So I thought, wow, okay, representation. Maybe I could be the representation in a way for that, people's the demographics, because obviously, like everyone else on YouTube, you do know that their one opinion when they talk about something and they express an opinion, that is the opinion of the entire community, and not just that one person. So that's clearly going to be me. Hi. This is what all the gays think of this book. No. Pull my socks up. I'm literally pulling my socks up, not in a big figuratively, whatever the word is, way. Something fun I can bring. I hope just I'm fun. I think I'm quite a fun person. I hope I make people feel a bit better about watching me. And I'm having fun. And I think that because I'm having fun and just being silly and just being myself, hopefully other people will see that and be like, oh, that's a fun person. We'll watch more of them. Okay. Next question is number 3. What? No, yeah. What are you most excited about for your channel? Stuff that I'm most excited about. Obviously, it'd be great to, you know, get people watching and interacting and talking and commenting and all that good stuff. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want the connections. I'm really excited about just talking about these books. Really, I'm basically just thinking about the Liveship Traders Trilogy. That's what I'm reading at the minute, and you know, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of I'm thinking about Kenneth basically, and just his storyline and all that stuff, and just I have nobody to talk to about him. You know, I have no one to talk to about his morals and his decisions and how people see him and the things that he's getting out of people, and he doesn't seem to care. He's just using people. I have no one to talk to about things like that. That's what I want. Right, number 4. Why do you love reading? Why would you not love reading? Is the question I think they should actually put here. Like, why wouldn't you want to read? Because it's the best. Reading is instantly transformative. It's it's the immersion that you get. You know, you start to read you can start with a sentence. You know, you can start with a sentence in just a book, especially when you're going back to a book and you're like, oh yeah, maybe you're halfway through the chapter or whatever, and um, you're like, oh sure, like straight away back into that world. That is it, isn't it? You know, the same thing as I guess most people say about why they love reading is the immersion, the escapism. I mean, the ability, that the skill of reading is almost limitless. You know, because there's so much information, whether you're reading fiction or non-fiction. You know, if you're reading non-fiction, like, what there's so much you can learn about and just enjoy. And you know, if it's fiction, then there's just so many different ways to escape in a book. Um, and what is that feeling in it of when you're really into that book, that chapter, that page? You don't even know you're reading anymore. You forget you're reading because you're completely taken away by these simple little words on the page. It's so simple, but it's so wonderful and fantastical a thing that exists. You know, that we get to experience as humans, and uh, what an amazing thing that our brains can do. You know, just to look at these little marks on a page on a screen, and you know, you imagine that, you see that in your own way, you experience it in your own way, and no one can change that. You know, that it's such a personal experience. I struggle to think of anything else more personal in terms of consuming a story. You know, like for example, when you play a game, that's already the visuals, the sounds, like the characters, they're already designed for you. And as much as that's immersive, and I love playing video games, there's something it's just different. It's different when you read a book because it's all what you see. It's all your own brain making these words on the screen make sense, and then you imagine it. And that's amazing. I love that. I love that. I love it. Number 5. Number 5 is Alive. Who's that old? What book series got you into reading? Harry Potter. I'm one of them. I am kind of one of them. I didn't start there, but that series got me hooked back into reading years ago. Um, this time around it was my Kindle, my lovely, lovely Kindle. But we'll get to that. I worked at a cinema. It was, like I said, was it 2006? Did I say that? 2006, 2007. Obviously, around that time, the films were coming out quite frequently. So there was that going on. And a lot of people there would read. Not only the Harry Potter books, um that was popular, obviously. There would be a lot of time sometimes in between, like if you were working in the area of the cinema where like you were cleaning the screens when the film finished and the people come out, like you'd have to go in and like sweep up after them. Sometimes, obviously, you could sneak in and watch some of the film. But a lot of people would read books. Like there was a lot of readers there, and that really, I've always loved reading. I'm saying Harry Potter, but it wasn't. It was Buffy. It was the Buffy books. It was the Buffy books. I remember the Wicked Willow ones were really good. Moved out of the town I was in and moved to a different town, and that's where I started to work at the cinema. But when I was in the town before that, um, I'll go to the library a lot, and I was obsessed with Buffy around that time. I didn't have very many of the DVDs and stuff like that. It was the olden days. It was like 2005 or something, 2004, 2005-ish. There was no streaming services then at all, no Netflix, and Disney Plus with Buffy on there or nothing. We would tape it off the telly. We would tape the episodes off the telly, but we didn't have very many. Didn't have very many of the. I don't even know if we had a full season. We just me and my sister. The we is me and my sister. Um, she's a big gay too, and the only reason not the only reason, but she used to take the episodes because she loved Willow. So then we'd watch it, and then it was just like, oh my god, this show's amazing. um, I remember watching a lot of season 4 actually. We had quite a few of them ones. I really love the Spike and Drew Pretty Maids All in a Row. Oh, I love that book. That was the series that got me into reading, and then I was into the Harry Potter ones a little bit after that. Hmm. Number 6 is what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? Well, first of all, I would ask Kalila D because she's the best. I would ask her if we could be friends because I think she's fantastic. I love her. I love her personality. She's so fun and so relatable, and I love her videos. So that's what I would ask her. I don't know. I'm not very good at things like that. Like, oh, I don't have questions for them off the top of my head. Just to be friends with Kalila. She's great. You should go watch it. I will link her video in the box. That's the first time I'm gonna say that on here. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I would ask them. I'm terrible at things like that. So, what about help me? I'll tell you what, I love Derry. I don't know if you've seen her videos. Derry's read it before. She's very well read in the realm of the Elderlings books. She's very knowledgeable, and I've watched her um talk about those books a lot. So I would ask her if we could have a talk about that because I think she'd be great. I'd love to do some kind of collaborative thing with her one day. That'd be great. So yeah, I think she's great, and you should go and look at her videos too, especially if you love those books. Because I don't know anyone else like that talks about them in such length, in such depth, and understands them so well. She really does not have a very big following, and I don't know why, because she's she's so nice as well. She's so nice, and she's so likable, and I think she'd be great to talk to. I'd love that. I want to talk to you, please, Derry. Let's be friends as well. Also, I really like David. No, Daniel Green. Obviously, everyone knows who he is. He's great. He's fun. The dishevelled goblin. Um, he's great. He's got a lot of videos. I don't know what I would ask him. I'd like to hang out with him. I think he'd be fun to hang out with. Can we just talk about these books I like and that you like? Because I know he's read them too. They're not the only books I've read, by the way, but currently that's what I'm on. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what I'd ask him. Just like, can we talk about this? What do you think about this? Really interesting questions, I must say. Okay, so we're now on question 7. 7. I can count. What challenges will be the hardest with BookTube? Maybe ideas. I think that's probably going to be my one of the most challenging things, and just having the energy and um everything to do them when I want to. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be an easy answer. Okay. Because I have health troubles, um, chronic health troubles that hold me back a lot. I am a disabled person. I do struggle with a lot of stuff. So I think that, yeah, just because of that, because of the limits of that, the fact that it's so restricting. I mean, I've been wanting to do this for ages, and I've only just been able to make this first video. Stuff like that, that's going to be the most tricky. With life stuff that happens at Christmas time, and I don't know stuff. Oh, that reminds me. Hang on, a little treat. Yeah, I forgot to put my Christmas hat on. I was going to do that earlier. Is the bear on this side? Oh, yeah. Okay. It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. When did I start reading? I got back into reading when I got Kindle. I was looking for ways to I was looking for more accessible ways, basically, is the thing, and it was just such an obvious thing after all that time. It was like, oh, I should have a Kindle. Um, I do have trouble with physical books. Um, I strain and being able to hold the book, in place and moving a lot. Like, it can be pretty inaccessible as a form of consuming. It can be limiting. And just with having access to the books in the first place, like most of the books I read are library books. When did I start reading? I got a Kindle um in January 2022, and haven't stopped since. I haven't read as many as I'd like to, but who does? The first that I read on there was The Hobbit, because I had the physical copy of it, which I have here somewhere up there. um Physical copy of it, and I just didn't finish it. Yeah, and then I got it on Kindle, and I was like, okay, I'm going to read this first. I was going through a really hard time. I started to read on my phone, and I was like, this is too small. But what a great way, because I had just crazy insomnia and PTSD stuff, rubbish, hard times. I'd have such trouble sleeping and replaying everything and all that awful stuff that happened. Anyway, so yeah, I was like, okay, I need a comfy book. I need something cozy and comfy to read. I'll read The Hobbit. I never have, and I want to. So that's where I started. I started to read it on my phone, but it was too small. So I basically impulse bought a Kindle. Like, I think it was that night. I was just sitting on my phone, just like, oh, I'm gonna buy a Kindle. I can't read on my phone; it's too small. Um, and it came, and then I read The Hobbit, and then I read Lord of the Rings. I don't know, just kind of, yeah, continued from there. Number nine. For the nines, number nine. Where do you read? Where do you read? Where do you read? I read here in my bed. Mostly. There it is. That's mostly the place that I read. Yeah, it's comfortable, and I spend a lot of time in bed anyway. So yeah. I don't really have a long answer for that. Number 10. What kind of books do you read? Um I love fantasy books. I do like sci-fi as well. Without even trying. most of my books that I've got on my bookshelf that you cannot see. It's just books. That's all you can see there. I don't think there's anything else there because there's not. It's just books. No mess. Most of them there is fantasy books. I have got quite a lot of the Realm of the Elderlings books, but I only actually physically own 3 of them, which is the Farseer trilogy. We got these 2. Beauties. And this one. These are all library books. Use your local library, thank you very much. Ship of Magic. Mad Ship. Ship of Destiny. Yeah, so I've read that. The Ship of Magic. Loved it. Wasn't sure at first. Took about halfway through, then I was into it. And I'm reading this one now. And I am there in it, which is, I'm a little bit further than that now because I read last night. What I like to do, I love doing this. I read on my Kindle. See, Ship of Magic. There we go. Ship of Magic. Lovely. I read on here because it's just easier, like I said. I've got the Paperwhite, the newest Paperwhite Kindle 10th generation, something like that. So I'm on page 656 right now. So then what I like to do, right, see how much is on there. Also do it on my phone as well, but I update the Kindle app and then I'm like, oh, what page am I on? And then I go to this one. This is why I get the library books. I love it. I get the library book and I'm like, oh, at the minute there's 644. What did I say? Yeah. So then I don't read it again. Why would you do that? Just go to the page that you're on. Don't books smell good. Go to the page that you're on. 606. And books will back in there. And then you can just see. I love that. See how much you've read and how much is left. Love that. I love it. I don't know. It's just satisfying, isn't it? Just to see it physically. Of like, oh, that's what's left of this amazing story. I'm loving this book. Woo, loving it. So good. So many unanswered questions at the minute, and I'm like, what's going on? Well, we will find out. And hello. No, can't tell you that. No, no spoilers for you. Fantasy books. That's the kind of books I read, and that's the kind of book that I plan to read. I have been reading these since June. That's when I started Assassin's Apprentice. I can say it properly. That's when I started reading that one and love it. Oh my god. That was a completely unplanned read. It was late one night and I was reading something else and the anxiety was there and the trauma, PTSD stuff was there. So I was like, okay, this is not working. This is not good right now. I need something else. I need something else to read. So I had a sample on my Kindle of the Farseer trilogy. I had a sample of those 3 books. Obviously, it's a trilogy, and I just started to read Assassin's Apprentice, which I have. I will show you as we're talking about Assassin's Apprentice. It smells good. This book is amazing. This is actually, and I know that this is a unpopular opinion, whatever. This is my favourite so far. So far. I love this book. Obviously, I'd chosen to download it at some point because it was on my Kindle. So obviously there was something about it that I liked. But I didn't pick it up thinking, oh yeah, this one is gonna change my life. I didn't think that. I didn't know that, but it has. It has. It absolutely has. It's been one of the most prominent, important books that I've ever read. And it's my favourite because of that. And I love this story. I love the characters. Everything that it goes through is fantastic. And then obviously with the rest of the trilogy as well, it's just so captivating. So I started to read these in June. Like I think it took till August or something to read them all. I'm not sure. Um, and then just continued. I tried to read a couple of books in between, like after I finished this trilogy. I was like, well, there's some that I want to read. My Kindle and that. Um, but I couldn't. I couldn't. I needed to get back into it. I just obviously the Liveship Traders trilogy is completely different. I was not ready for that. I started the Ship of Magic. It's not the Ship of Fools. That's what I want to call it. I want to call it the Ship of Fools. It's called the Ship of Magic. Um, I started to read that, and I was like, "What? Completely different. Completely different." Wasn't ready for that. Even just the way that it's written. You can still tell that it's by Robin Hobb, but it was different. It seemed like she used bigger words or something than she had in this one. I don't know. It was just different feel, completely different story, completely different characters, mostly. We won't tell you the spoiler there. Ship of Fools. No, but yeah, it was awesome. But anyway, that is what kind of books I read, and I have no one to talk to about these books with. So please like my video and subscribe to me and comment on my videos and everything else that YouTubers tell you to do. Because now, everyone, I'm a YouTuber. Yay! Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was entertaining. I hope that it wasn't too crazy and chaotic. This is not only my first time recording and talking like this, it will also be my first time doing any kind of video production like editing and whatever else I've got to do. I don't even know yet. So forgive me there if there's um I don't know, stuff wrong, inconsistencies. I'm a learner. We're on this journey together now. So if you would like to see me more, why wouldn't you? Then all you've got to do is click two little buttons, really, and then we're good. So go and do that. Um, and I will see you later on in the next one, whenever that'll be. I don't know. I'm hoping not too long. We'll see how long this will take to edit and stuff. And I'm very excited. Oh, I'm very excited now that I've finished talking about all this to upload it. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. You take care. Bye. Hang on a minute. We're not done. How have I done this entire thing without showing you my cats? That's Skiddle at the back. She's my princess. And that one there, that's Oki. He's a very cute boy. We love him a lot. Bye.